I have 3 days to speedrun this project that will keep my dogs safe during a camping trip we're taking from down here in Arizona up to Yellowstone and the Grand Tetons and then back down here. Now, we have a pretty sweet Scamp travel trailer that has air conditioning and everything, so we can leave the dog in there if we need to go do something else for a little while, an hour or two or whatever. But I get worried because, what happens if the generator fails or the AC breaks or something like that? Then it could get really hot inside the camper, and I'm just worried about the dogs, right? So I came across this device you can buy called it's like a Waggle pet RV pet monitor thing, and it's pretty cool. It basically just monitors temperature and takes pictures or videos and texts them to you over cellular, and that's pretty sweet. But the problem is that though the device isn't too expensive, I think it's like $180, its service is expensive. It's like $30 a month or something to use this service, which sucks for, we're taking a 8-day camping trip and we're gonna have to pay anyway. So basically this project will be replicating that Waggle pet RV monitor thing. And this is actually an idea I had several years ago and planned on doing, but put on the back burner and never got around to. So now it's finally time to get around to it. And I thought of that way too late. And so I'm scrambling to get this done. Like I said, leaving for the trip in 3 days. And realistically, I probably only have about 2, maybe 3 hours of actual time I can devote to this before then. So here's the plan. It will be a Raspberry Pi Zero W running everything. It will get its power from the camper's 12-volt battery through this guy. Just takes 12 volt, outputs 5 volt on micro USB for the Raspberry Pi to take. So pretty straightforward there. The Raspberry Pi will look at the inside of the camper through a Raspberry Pi camera. This is the V2.1. So that'll be connected to there, and it'll just be snapping photos every, 10 minutes or so. And then it will monitor temperature and humidity inside the camper through a BME 280 sensor that'll connect through I2C on the GPIO pins. And finally, it will transmit data or upload data through this WaveShare. This is the SIM 7600G 4G hat. So this is a cellular, it also has GPS, but cellular hat that goes on the Raspberry Pi and will connect to cellular networks to upload data. I'm going to be using a hologram SIM card, which actually hasn't arrived yet. I think hopefully it'll get here tomorrow, but it hasn't even got here yet. But the hologram SIM card is pretty cool from what I can tell, because it'll switch between different networks, so like AT&T or Verizon or whatever. It'll switch to whatever's the strongest, which is really handy for this, because a lot of the time we're going to be out, kind of in the wilderness. So if we have any cellular service at all, which we might not, then it could be from any provider. So the fact that the hologram switches is awesome. Now, the problem is, as I've mentioned, I don't have much time to finish this. Like I said, realistically, I have a lot of other work going on, so maybe 2 or 3 hours I can devote to this over the next 3 days. And so I'm going to be using the sponsor of this video, Embedder, to try to do all this in time. So Embedder is kind of like, basically like Claude, but for embedded applications, and with a lot better focus on the actual hardware. So it can look at and create and work from real schematics that you get from like KiCad or whatever, and also real data sheets for the components. By default has the data sheet for the Raspberry Pi Zero W, so it knows exactly how this board works, what the connections are, what the hardware is. Same for the camera, same for the BME 280. For the SIM 7600G, I don't recall if it knew about this or not, but it doesn't matter, because you can give it the information and it can look all that up and find everything you need to know. So the plan is, I've got all the hardware other than the SIM, which should be here tomorrow. The plan is to use Embedder to make all of that happen. So Embedder is going to guide me through the hardware connections, obviously, but luckily that's all pretty straightforward. But it'll also be writing the code to make all of this work. It'll be identifying which services to use. So the hologram handles the data transfer, but I need something to upload that to. So some sort of cloud service or IoT platform that I can then either access for my phone or ideally have it text me status updates saying, the temperature inside the camper is 76 degrees right now, along with a picture of the inside so I can make sure the dogs are okay. So that's the plan, and we're going to see how it goes. I'll be going through this and kind of showing you just an overview of using Embedder to make this happen, hopefully in that time frame. And then once everything is working, I'm going to really quickly design a 3D printable enclosure for this that can mount inside the camper. It'll be a semi-permanent mounting situation so that it gets battery power. And then I'll take it on this camping trip and we'll see if it works like I'm hoping it does. So our camping trip was awesome.
Put your dreams away for now. I won't see you for some time. I am lost in my mind. I get lost in my mind. Mama once told me, you're already home when you feel love. I am lost in my mind. I get lost in my mind. Oh, my brother, your wisdom is older than me. But oh, my brother, don't you worry about me. Don't you worry, don't you worry, don't worry about me. How's that brick lane coming? How's your engine running? Is that bridge getting built? Are your hands getting filled? Won't you tell me, my brother? 'Cause there are stars up above. We can start.
We're at a campsite. This one is in Utah. We're actually on our way back from Yellowstone right now. But I wanted to show you that the pet monitor is mostly working. So it's inside the camper right now. And I'll show you that I have the website pulled up. And it's currently 5:49 p.m. And if you look, you can see 5:49:34 p.m. is the last update. 76.7 degrees Fahrenheit, humidity, pressure, and we also get a graph. Now this graph isn't going to be accurate because it hasn't actually been running for most of the time lately, but there would be that graph, and then we have the temperature. Dogs getting in the fire pit. Temperature alerts for high and low, and then humidity if we wanted that. So everything is working properly, and that's all updating over cellular. So we're right next to it right now, but if we went anywhere else, as long as we had cellular service, it would still continue to update us. So that's it. So the trip was really awesome, but the weather was good, which is nice, but that means we didn't actually have to run the AC at all during the entire trip. But that's okay. We still got to test this device. The results were fine. So it's uploading through cellular over a hologram, and then to a web interface that I could check on either of our phones and get live updates on the temperature, which was really cool. But the camera didn't work at all during during the trip. Now, I don't know why that is exactly. I was originally using the original Raspberry Pi Zero W, and for whatever reason, I tried a couple of different camera modules, tried several different cables, tried different versions of the Raspberry Pi OS. I just could not get the cameras to work with that. So when I got back, I revisited this and now have the complete device. This has the Raspberry Pi Zero 2W instead of the original Raspberry Pi Zero W, and it works just fine. So there's a camera in here now, connected without any problems. So I don't know why that was an issue with the original Raspberry Pi Zero W, but just, if you're going to build one of these, just do the Zero 2W. It's way better anyway. So this is now built for the 2W. With that camera in there, I was able to flesh out everything in the software. That, again, I used Embedder AI for all of that. Worked really well. So the way it works is the software that's running on here is just Python scripts, and it's using the cellular hat with a hologram cellular SIM card to upload data over the cellular network, the hologram cellular network, to a Firebase. So that's the Google Firebase based web interface, and that's where you can visit on your phone. You can visit from a computer, and you'll see the live updates of the data that this is gathering. So it'll update on once a minute. It'll update the temperature and humidity, and then once every 10 minutes, and this is just default, this can be changed. Once every 10 minutes, it will take a picture with the camera and then upload that to the web interface also. You can disable that if you want. I also added security to the web interface so that nobody else can see your pictures that you're uploading. It's inside your RV or your trailer, whatever. You might not want people to see that. And that all works really well. You can also set a temperature threshold in there. So if it gets over a certain temperature, say 85 degrees, I think is what I have the default set to, then it will send you an emergency alert. It can send that through either Notify, which is NTFY, which is a free service that works really well. It's basically just an MQTT alert, but it sounds like an alarm on your phone. So it'll bypass kind of a lot of the normal like silencing and stuff. So you make sure you don't miss that alarm, and it'll keep going off until you dismiss it. So hopefully the idea there is that there's no way if it gets hot inside that you won't know about it, and so your dogs will be safe. You can also use a service called Pushover, which is really similar, but it's a paid service. In my testing, both of them worked really well. I don't really see a reason to go with Pushover. I think with iOS, it can override sleep settings better, but that's pretty much it. The enclosure I designed for this, maybe not the prettiest. Well, it's just a box, but the base is this brass plate, and then it's a 3D printed shell on top of that. The base I milled on the Makera Z1, the new CNC mill from Makera, and that worked well. The 3D printed shell I printed in ASA, which is like ABS but more UV resistant. I thought the color combination was nice, and it's designed so that you can kind of mount it using these holes, mount it wherever is most convenient in your RV, and then you can supply power through the USB micro USB port. There you can either, like, if you have a USB-A port or whatever available in your RV, then you can just plug into that. If you don't, you can use one of these. So this just takes 12 volt power and then outputs 5 volt power to that USB. So if you have all RVs have 12 volt power, so you could tap into a light, the wires for like an indoor light, for really anything. Anywhere you can find wires, power wires, you can tap into it and connect this. It doesn't pull much power, so you shouldn't be in any danger of overloading any circuits. To get everything to fit well, I scanned the boards with a Creality Surmoon P1 3D scanner. Then I brought those into Autodesk Fusion as meshes, and that let me kind of model around everything and make it so it could all fit in here with everything lined up. The nice thing about that is I designed this on my first try. Didn't require multiple multiple iterations to get the fit right. Because I had that 3D scan, I was able to get everything lined up where it should be. So this just, in my case, would mount in my trailer on a wall, power coming in, and then it'll just be running anytime that the power's on. But you can access that web interface to change if you're uploading photos or not, if you're what the temperature threshold is, all of that. Or if you are not going to be camping for a while, just unplug the power and it won't do anything. And to build one of these, I have uploaded, there'll be a link in the description where I've uploaded tutorials and files for all this. So there'll be the physical files to build the enclosure and stuff, and then all of the code you need to get this to work. So there's instructions on that for setting up Firebase, for uploading the code to your Raspberry Pi. I even, with the help of the Embedder AI, set up like a kind of installer that should help with kind of configuring everything to make that a little bit easier on you. None of that costs any money. So to upload photos, if you do want to upload photos to your Firebase, you have to have the paid account, but it shouldn't actually cost you any money because you're uploading below the threshold. But it'll make you put in your credit card information and stuff. The only thing in here that will cost money is the hologram cellular data, which is pretty cheap. It's like $1 a month just to have the plan or whatever, and then it is based on data from there. But this uses so little data that even if you're camping all month, I doubt you'd use more than $10 worth of data. And if you're not using it, then it's basically nothing. It's just that $1.50 maintenance fee or whatever it is. So that makes it way better than the Waggle, or is it Waggle, whatever it's called, RV monitor that costs like $180 for the device, and then you're paying like $30 or $40 a month just to be able to use it, which is a lot of money. So this should cost somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe like $130 to build. And most of that's just because of the cellular hat for the Raspberry Pi. That by itself is like $80 or $90. If you choose to use Pushover for your notifications, that will also cost some money. I can't remember how much it is, like $5 or $10 a month or something like that. But you really don't need that. I think most of you will be satisfied with the Notify service. Link is in the description if you want to build one of these yourself and take care of your pets.